Yeah, there's some bugs here, but this is not what we're here for. We're here because we have a big one. We have a big one. Shh. It's over there. Do you see it? Did you see it? Yeah, it's over there. We got it. Yes, it's the Ascent. That's right. We got the Ascent. Subaru Ascent. Symmetrical all-wheel drive. Yeah, you've heard about them. Yeah, Subaru people swear by their all-wheel drive. You want to come out in nature and have fun. Yes, but this is not a regular one. This is the big one. This one has 3 rows. Sits 7 or 8 people. Yes, they like being out in nature. Going off pavement, finding trails, spending the weekend lost in the woods. And yes, Subaru has a great reputation for this, I must say. But what happens when you take this big SUV that's supposed to transport lots of people on road? And this is what we're here to find out today. Is this Subaru good at transporting people? Is it worth it? Is it a good value? So join me as I take it on road. This is the 2024 Subaru Ascent. And this is Subaru's aim at its younger buyers growing up as they ascend in life. This particular model is a 7-seater premium trim. It's in their crystal black silica. Yes, crystal black silica. It just looks black to me, but you know, they have to be fancy. Now let me tell you about this engine. Under the hood here, you see this huge scoop, and that says the air channels in here feeds the intercooler, because this is a turbocharged engine. It's a turbo 4-cylinder, and of course it's Subaru, so it's a boxer, it's a flat 4. And this puts out 260 horsepower, and it's mated to a CVT. Now hold on a minute, I know a lot of companies have had problems with CVT. This CVT, you got to give it a chance. And it's also mated to Subaru's famous symmetrical all-wheel drive system. The Ascent is 197 inches long, 76 inches wide, and 72 inches tall. Up front, you get strut type suspension. Going in the rear, you have double wishbone setup. Alloy wheels wrapped in 245 60 18. If you're buying a Subaru, you already know you're not going to get away from the plastic cladding. It's always everywhere. I guess it's their way to let everybody know that this is an off-roader. They mean business. It's down here, all the way up here to the door, over the wheels, around the back. You're just gonna get a lot of raw plastic. Yes, I know a lot of cars have plastic, but this is just unfinished plastic. So get used to it. In addition, you get roof racks and fancy spoiler. Back here, you have power opening tailgate, a subfloor to load extra stuff. Today we're using the 3rd row. We have a child seat tucked in here, and an adult was able to sit in here for about 10 hours today. So the 3rd row is very useful. This 7-seater, you get captain chairs in the 2nd row. You could just walk through here, or you could lift this to gain access to the 3rd row. The 8-seater, of course, has a split seat right here, 40-60, where you will slide one forward to gain access. But I prefer this configuration. USB-A, USB-C, cup holders, and your controls. You have this simulated carbon fiber, place to put your bottle, some more storage down here, speakers. Jumping in the front here, we have storage for bottles because they assume you will only need storage for bottles. So these dividers do not come out. You can't put something wide in here that's kind of rectangular shape or anything like that. You have vents. You have a host of controls on your steering wheel, and that's source to skip through your play menu. These here controls your different menus. Let me turn it on here. This button, you scroll for your menus, and phone. The voice control, I hate it. It doesn't understand anything I say. Every car that has voice control that's been built in the past decade or so understands me just fine. I don't have an accent, but still. And on this right side, this is for your cruise control, your lane keep assist, and follow distance. Lane keep assist works pretty well. Sometimes it does scare me, but actually I used it a lot in my 5-hour drive up here, and it was great. Here you have this big screen. It looks pretty wide, but it actually starts about like right here to here. So, and you can go to home, and this is your little apps or widgets, and you can add shortcuts. And there's not much here because this is kind of a premium. It's just a little one step above from the basic. So I like that there are also physical controls, volume knob, tune, climate controls here. You control the temperature here, but the fan speed is in the screen. So you have a fair mix. It's easy to use. My biggest problem is the voice control. Right here you have your gear selector, park, reverse, manual mode, and you get paddle shifters with that. You know, sometimes I say, why do you even need paddle shifters? But sometimes, like today, we were in the mountains, you could throw it in manual, and then you can kind of hold the gear. It's not really a gear because it's CVT. It's kind of simulating a gear. We have a little shelf here. You could put small items, glove box, cloth seats, dimension cloth seats. If you're buying a Subaru, you probably have an active lifestyle. Unless you're buying a WRX or something like that, then you're really into like the customization racer boy community. This here, as you move up in life, you probably want to have a Subaru because you're loyal to the brand and your family is growing. The question I'd like to answer today, or through this 2-day trip and over 1,000 miles, is this car worth your $34,000 to $38,000? Well, it goes up to $50,000 or more. I'll post it in the screen. But is it worth it? And driving, I did from Long Beach to Central California, visited Yosemite National Park. You should try it out sometime. There's lots to see. Look at those huge trees. This is just the root structure. Look how tall this one is. And there's been fires through there, but it's amazing. Also did some hiking, some more driving, saw waterfalls, played in the water, some more driving, some more hiking, some more sightseeing. and got back on the road back to Long Beach. So we are finally back home, about 700 miles, and we average about 21 miles per gallon. It's absolutely scorching today. Triple digits in LA area. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here and tell you guys how it all went. So what's my verdict? Well, at about $38,000, which this premium is, it's worth it. If you're going to spend upwards of 40 and 50 for the limited and the other higher trims, I would say it's not. But this is great value, don't get me wrong. It's great value, but if you're gonna hit 45, 50, I think there are probably more comfortable rides you could get, more comfortable SUVs to move 7, 8 people than this. Now, this offers a 4-cylinder, which isn't gonna win any races. Getting off the line, this thing is very slow, super slow. On the highway, passing is fine. I had no problem passing people, keeping up with traffic, actually going faster than other people. It's perfect. What are the drawbacks? I really can't come up with many, except for a lot of road noise on rough roads. Like if the highway or the streets are uneven, small potholes, undulations, you will feel everything, you will hear everything in the cabin. If it's smooth road, then it's quiet. It's a very smooth ride. And that's my biggest complaint. We did a lot of mountain driving. We were up in Yosemite area and we went up mountains, down mountains, lots of switchbacks, and it was always composed. It was never once that I felt like there was way too much body roll or it was getting scary. So I really like that about it. I did not test it off-roading. We did a couple small trails, but it's nothing challenging. So I can't comment on that, but I know Subaru are usually very good at those type of situations. Off-roading, snow, and symmetrical all-wheel drive is pretty good. So I would say base model, premium is the sweet spot, I think, for this model. Just like when we purchased the WRX, went with the premium. You get into limited and those higher trims. I'm not saying it's a bad vehicle, but I just think that you could get more refinement. This 4-cylinder is very coarse. You don't hear it much on the highway, but when you're taking off from a light or from a stop, you get into the gas, you could really hear the 4-cylinder working. As far as the CVT transmission, I can't complain. It's very smooth. It's at times you don't even know you're driving a CVT transmission. Seating right here was perfect. It's easy to get in and out of the third row. The third row was very comfortable. Those captain chairs are great. Front seats are very solid, very sturdy. They're hard but not uncomfortable, so don't get that mixed up. My only issue was getting it to a spot where my feet, my ankles were comfortable with the accelerator, so I just had to kind of play with the right height of my seat. So you have power control, so that wasn't an issue. Just kind of get me at the right height. So I figured out being at the maximum seat height because I'm kind of tall, about 6'2". That was perfect for me, so I would have a better angle on my ankles, so I'm not comfortable. And this morning I drove 6 hours and not once that I felt uncomfortable. So this car is completely worth it. The stereo system sounds good enough. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so you're not missing much, because most people use their phones anyways. I don't. This one does not have navigation, but nobody really. I have navigation in all my cars, or most of them at least, and I always use my phone. So or the Cybertruck, I just kind of talk to it and it will take me there. This one, the voice command, I hate it. It does not understand me. So there's not much to complain. At below $40,000, this car is really worth it. Okay, thanks for watching.